Hey, what's going on, AP people? We have one of the more important elections of the 19th century, the election of 1896. We have William Jennings Bryan versus William McKinley. So two Williams against each other. How often does that happen, huh? All right, let's get going. So some background info. Well, Grover Cleveland, who was the 22nd and 24th president of the United States, is not renominated by the Democrats. He was hurt in large part by the Panic of 1893. And this panic hurt many Americans, but especially farmers. And that's who William Jennings Bryan is going to appeal to during this election. At its worst, 20% of Americans were unemployed. That still is short of the Great Depression, where you did see 25% of Americans who were unemployed. And the currency issue dominated politics. When I'm talking about the currency issue, I'm talking about gold versus silver. And hopefully I'll be able to clarify that in this video because this is a huge, huge topic in the late 19th century. Okay, let's get to know the candidates. The Democratic candidate is a dark horse candidate by the name of William Jennings Bryan. And here is William. He was 36 years old when he was nominated. Like my political hero, Henry Clay, he runs for president 3 times and loses every single time. At least Clay spread it out. William Jennings Bryan lost in 1896, 1900, and 1908. So 3 out of 4 presidential elections he lost. That poor guy. He was an incredible orator for his time. At the Democratic Convention, he gave a famous speech, which is known as the Cross of Gold speech. And definitely know the Cross of Gold speech. And he actually invigorates the convention, and they carry him away. They are so excited about his speech. And he ends this by saying, "You shall not press down upon the brow of labor this crown of thorns. You shall not crucify mankind upon a cross of gold." And we'll see what that means in just a few minutes. So the Republican candidate is William McKinley, the former congressman from Ohio and author of the very high tariff, the McKinley tariff, which was passed in 1890. Mark Hanna, this guy, is essentially McKinley's campaign manager, and he builds a huge war chest of funds. The Republicans actually have like 5 times as much money as the Democrats and William Jennings Bryan. So this is really like one of the first modern day campaigns, and you see campaign managers really start to play a crucial role in elections. So the issues in the campaign, well, the free silver, and this is something that William Jennings Bryan will campaign on, and this is favored by Bryan and the Democrats and also the populists. And they advocated or favored the free and unlimited coinage of silver at a 16-to-1 ratio. And here is one of his political posters from the 1896 campaign, but let's figure out what the heck does that mean. Well, 16 ounces of silver would equal 1 ounce of gold. So why is Bryan advocating this? Why does he want to introduce silver into the economy? It would increase the money supply, so more money would be available, which would lead to inflation. And this inflation would help those that are less wealthy, particularly farmers and debtors, those that owe money. If you owe money somebody and now more money is in circulation, that money becomes worth less, so that will be easier to repay. However, wealthy individuals will be against that, and bankers and people who are lenders. So the Republicans will oppose that. Then we have tariffs, which is another big issue, and all throughout the 19th century. And remember, Republicans favored high protective tariffs. Republicans wanted to raise tariffs. And here is McKinley's campaign poster from 1896. And you see in the top left, it says protection, our home defender. So they were in favor of really high protective tariffs that would protect American industries. That is a theme of Republicans throughout the 19th and early 20th century. They want to raise tariffs. I say that in a lot of videos. Very important, guys. Please remember that. And there it is again. Remember, Republicans want to raise tariffs. Conversely, Democrats want to decrease tariffs. McKinley was known for giving front porch speeches at his home in Canton, Ohio, and Bryan did a railroad campaign. So here is McKinley's front porch in Canton, Ohio, and he gave speeches to about 70,000 people. They would show up, and he would just stand on his porch and talk to them. Imagine that, just going to the home of a candidate. Pretty cool. Whereas Bryan traveled the country by railroads, and you can see here is a map of where he traveled. He hit a lot of the Midwest, he traveled thousands of miles, spreading his message. So what are the results and impact? Well, McKinley defeats Bryan 271 to 176 in the electoral College. And you can see here that overwhelmingly the North is going to vote for McKinley and the South is going to vote for Bryan. And keep in mind at this time, the South traditionally votes Democratic. That is known as the Solid South. So McKinley versus Bryan is going to happen again in 1900, and again Bryan will be defeated. This will be the beginning of, or the continuation really, but also the beginning of Republican dominance in the Oval Office. Aside from Grover Cleveland and Woodrow Wilson, you'll see a lot of Republicans, including McKinley, Roosevelt, and Taft. And Bryan's hope of free silver will not happen. McKinley and the Republicans will not allow it to happen. All right, that's everything you need to know about the election of 1896. Thank you very much for watching. If you could take a moment and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, please help spread the word. Throw this on any social media website to let as many people as possible know about this. If you would like to download the PowerPoint for this video, please follow the link in the description below. I thank you guys very much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below as well, and have a good day.